Last time we had electric current through conductors was dead. Now we are going to talk about the current electricity in standard 12th. Now let us see what all things it has. First we have the Kirchhoff's first law. This is also known as the current law or the junction law. The statement of the law is the algebraic sum of electric currents at any junction is always 0. That is, summation of I is equal to 0. Let us take an example like this. P is a junction. I1, I2, I3 are directed towards P. I4 and I5 is directed away from P. So, we have a sign convention. Current approaching towards the junction is positive. Current going away from the junction is negative. Therefore, we can write the equation as I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0. Now let us see what is Kirchhoff's second law. It is also known as voltage law or the loop theorem. It states that in a closed loop of electrical network, the algebraic sum of potential differences for all components plus the algebraic sum of all the EMFs is equal to 0. That is, summation IR, that is the potential drops, plus summation E is equal to 0. Let us take an example of a circuit like as shown as A, B, C, D, E, F, A. This is a closed network. This is an example. So let us take this example and try to prove the law. But before that, let us see the sign convention. The sign convention is, if the direction of tracing is same as that of conventional current flow, then the potential difference across the resistance is considered as negative, otherwise positive. This is for potential difference. Now for the EMFs. If the EMF sends the current in the direction of tracing the loop, then the EMF is considered as positive, otherwise negative. Now let us solve this example. Let us take the first loop. But let us see if this is the direction we take, the direction of trace of loop. Then look at this CD. CD, E2 and R5, the direction is in. So, in IR is negative, EMF is positive. Same way, we can take another one. Now let us take DC. If the direction is DC like this, then IR will be positive and E is negative. Let us apply this rule over here. Let us take the first loop. A, B, C, D and A. As we can see, the potential difference across R1 is I1 R1 and it is in the direction or against, just check it. We have taken the direction as clockwise, so it is against. Therefore, it is R2 into I1, that is positive. Okay, R2 into I1, just check it. Then we come to the EMF of the cell. First one, E1, that is minus E. Then we come to the potential difference across R1, that is R1 into I1. Then potential difference across R3, that is R3 into I1 plus I2. That is equal to 0. Okay, so we can rewrite it as R2I1 plus R1I1 plus R3 into I1 plus I2 is equal to E1. Now let us consider the path DCFED. The potential difference across R3 will be equal to R3 into I1 plus I2. Then across R5 will be R5 into I2. Both are going against, so minus plus E2 minus R4 I2 is equal to 0. Rewriting it, we get R3 into I1 plus I2 plus R5 into I2 plus R4 into I2 is equal to minus E2. Now let us consider the path EDABCFE. Same way we can write minus R4I2 plus R2I1 minus E1 plus R1I1 minus R5I2 plus E2 is equal to 0. Rewriting it, we get minus R4I2 plus R4I1 plus I1 minus R5I2 is equal to E1 minus E2. So if you have two variables, two equations will be enough to get the variable. If we have three variables, we need three, provided all three are there in the equations.